Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cover a serious but crucial topic. What to do if you or someone you know has been a victim of a molestation or sexual assault here in Singapore. We'll discuss the relevant laws, your rights, the legal steps you can take, and the potential penalties for perpetrators. Let's start by addressing what to do if you or someone you know has been molested or sexually assaulted. Number 1, ensure immediate safety. The first priority is get to a safe location. If you are in immediate danger, try to escape or seek help from people around you. Number 2, seek help. Reach out to the police by dialing 999 if it's an emergency. If you are unable to make a call at that moment, seek help from someone nearby. Number 3, preserve evidence. Refrain from washing or changing clothes if possible, as these could serve as crucial evidence. This includes any items that were in contact with the perpetrator. Number 4, file a police report. In Singapore, molestation and sexual assault are considered serious crimes. Filing a report helps ensure that the incident is documented and the police can take action. You can file a report in person at the police station, or you can use the Singapore Police Force e-portal. In case you're wondering, even guys can be sexually assaulted by guys, and the police apparently do investigate cases of gay sexual assault. Step 5, seek medical attention. If you've experienced physical assault or injury, it is important to seek medical attention immediately. Medical professionals can not only treat injuries but also collect forensic evidence if needed, like semen samples. You should also inform the doctor of all facts relating to the sexual assault so that there are contemporaneous notes written down by the doctor at the clinic or the hospital if they are needed much later on. Finally, consider counselling or support services. Sexual assault can be deeply traumatic, and many survivors benefit from seeking a trained professional. Organizations like Aware provide counseling and support for survivors. Let's dive into the laws that protect individuals against molestation and sexual assault in Singapore. First up is outrage of modesty under Section 354 of the Penal Code. Commonly referred to as molest in Singapore, the law under Section 354 criminalizes any form of unwanted physical contact intended to outrage modesty. This can include touching private areas or any form of inappropriate contact. The intention behind the act, as well as any circumstances indicating lack of consent, are key considerations. In cases where molestation includes aggravating factors such as using force, weaponry, or involving a minor under 14 years old, the crime is considered more severe, attracting harsher penalties under Section 354A. Next, we have sexual assault by penetration under Section 376 of the Penal Code. This usually covers cases of digital penetration, which is the legal term for fingering someone. You can watch my earlier video. Finally, and the gravest of all, is the offence of rape under Section 375 of the Penal Code. Although the Penal Code traditionally defines rape as an act of non-consensual intercourse involving a man and a woman, the law has evolved to encompass a broader scope, including instances of marital rape. The penalties for sexual offences are designed to be a strong deterrent. Here's an overview of the legal penalties associated with different sexual offences. For outrage of modesty or molest under Section 354, a person found guilty can face imprisonment of up to 3 years, a fine, and caning, or any combination of these penalties. For aggravated outrage of modesty under Section 354A, the punishment can be up to 10 years imprisonment with mandatory caning. The increased severity reflects the higher harm caused by aggravated circumstances. For sexual assault by penetration, where a guy fingers a woman without her consent, although I'm not too sure whether it applies if the victim is male, for this offence, those convicted can face between 8 to 20 years of imprisonment, along with caning. The court considers factors such as the age of the victim, the offender's use of threats, or physical violence in determining the sentence. You can watch my earlier video on Section 376 for more details. Finally, rape under Section 375. Convicted rapists face a minimum of 8 years and up to 20 years in prison, alongside with caning. The law prioritizes a strong penalty to protect victims and to reflect the gravity of this crime. It's important to note that the Singaporean justice system takes a stringent approach to crimes of a sexual nature. Judges will consider aggravating factors and impose extended prison terms, and caning if the crime involves minors, or use physical threats, or showed signs of premeditation. Beyond criminal action, survivors can also pursue civil remedies. This can include filing a civil lawsuit for damages. A survivor may sue the offender in civil court for damages, which are typically compensatory in nature. Damages may cover medical costs, psychological treatment, and compensation for pain and suffering. This is quite rare though, because the costs of filing a civil lawsuit against the attacker may be high, and victims usually want to move on instead of facing the attacker again in civil court after facing them in criminal court. Another civil remedy available to victims of sexual assault include a protection order. In cases of harassment or stalking following an assault, victims can apply for a personal protection order or an expedited order under the Protection from Harassment Act. This can prevent the perpetrator from coming near or contacting the victim again. In Singapore, sexual offences are handled with utmost seriousness, but even so, social stigma can make it difficult for victims to come forward. However, it is essential to remember that taking action can prevent further harm and reinforce the message that such behaviour is unacceptable. Moreover, the laws and their enforcement help reinforce Singapore's commitment to safety and justice. Recent amendments have expanded protections and provided more avenues for redress and support, indicating an evolving legal landscape that's more victim-centered. Ultimately, if you or someone you know is a survivor of molestation or sexual assault, know that there are robust laws in place and there's a community ready to offer support. Reaching out isn't just a step towards justice, but can also be a powerful part of healing. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.